Dokkan Battle's 10th year anniversary is coming to a close, so we are going to take on the 10th anniversary battle, and in this video we're going to take on part 1 and part 2 with two different teams and just talk about the 10th year anniversary. Let's get into it. Okay, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe. I'm actually going to lower this just a little bit. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe. I will show you the team we will be using. So we're going to use two different teams, both of which, here's the first one, and both of which will include characters all from the 10th year anniversary. So once again, hit that like and subscribe. Let's get started here. Yeah, we'll just do that. Then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. I have no idea what to expect here because I've kept myself away from any sort of showcases or anything like that of this, because I just want to experience it, if I'm honest. We may lose, that's fine, but I wanted to use characters specifically from the 10th year anniversary for this, and we'll just have a little conversation about the 10th year anniversary. Let me know how you found it down below. I was one of the lucky ones who managed to pull at least one copy of all the new units. In some cases, I've even got some dupes, which is very, very nice. But to put it bluntly, 10th year anniversary, was it good or not? Yes, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. We had, what, 3 new units for part 1, 3 new units for part 2, and then lots of really good easy A's for part 3. They've always just done units for part 1 and then part 2. That didn't really change, if I'm honest. But the fact that they mixed it up and did a TOP Carnival banner for parts 1 and 2, where the 2 new units are in each of those banners, I think was a really good idea. Don't get me wrong. If you're not a whale or you're free to play, let's face it, if you're saving up, it's going to be for the anniversary. But if you're free to play, it does make things a little bit harder to... we're not going to get supered here, are we? No, we're not. It does make things a little bit harder to actually pull all of the new units. But we also had the coin aspect of it as well, which, if you did enough summons, which, like I said, let's face it, there's 2 main occasions you'll be saving your stones for. Number 1, the anniversary. Number 2 is the worldwide campaign. Maybe you could argue New Year's, but let's face it, it's the anniversary and worldwide campaign. So even free-to-play units, players usually save up for this. And, what was it, 500 coins, and you could pick any of the new units. Not only that, they actually gave us stones, so everyone could have at least one. So make a choice of one of the 3 new units, and that was from the Purunga Dragon Balls, which was absolutely fantastic that they brought them back. Honestly, there was not much for me. There's not much bad for me to say. We had lots of events, some of which I am still trying to get through all of them and do videos now. So I've still got more content. I know it's not straight away, and some people wanted to see it straight away, but there's so much content. We got the battle, hardened battles. They were short battles, so not in the way of, like, you know, stacking and all that sort of stuff, but they were short battles that actually were very difficult. They felt almost like the next variation or form of Super Battle Road. That's the way that I saw it. Some of them were a little bit annoying, whatever, and I haven't even completed all of them yet, but they were still very fun to do, very challenging, very good, all that sort of stuff. We had plenty of Ultimate Red Zones. Haven't even started the Vegeta side of it, if I'm honest. I just haven't had time, but the Goku ones, very challenging as always. We had... I'm sure we had some Supreme Magnificent battles as well. We had loads of other events as well. We had the, what was it, Training in the Skies as well, which was really good for link leveling. We had other stages for link leveling as well. Lots of different ways to get Dragon Stones. Overall, the 10th year anniversary, I think it was a massive W. Massive W. We will talk about the units themselves and what they've done with the units and stuff in the next fight, I think, but... I mean, they've just excelled at it. I honestly think Dragon Ball Legends can take a little bit of a note from Dokkan Battle here for the anniversaries and how to do it. Granted, not all of it can translate, but it was just such a good anniversary. I don't know if anyone else feels the same. Right, are we just going to go up against Vegeta? We are, okay. So, what to do here? Let's do this. If I do... All placement's not the greatest here. I'm just going to do that, I think. Dodge. Please dodge. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dodge. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad I put this guy first. Out of all the new units as well, to be fair, like I said, we'll talk about a little bit more in depth about the units and things, but I've got to say, it's hard to pick. Wow, we raise attack and defense here. Okay, it's really hard to pick one exact unit that I really liked, to be honest. We had really good Easy A's throughout the 10th year anniversary as well. One of the Easy A's that I do like, I will admit he's not the greatest Easy A of all of them, but one of the ones that I do really like was the Super Saiyan Goku, who is actually on this particular team as well. Just because I've always really liked that unit, to be honest. And the way they did his Easy A, I think works really well. Just greatly raising attack and defense, and then defense with his additionals and things like that. Right, Vegeta, can we get some crits here and look pretty okay? We are raising attack and defense on this Vegito as we attack him here. Okay. Right, so we can actually go into Vegeta here as well. I mean, yeah, I'm trying. Someone let me know. I don't know if anyone's done the calculation, but how much Dragon Stones were available throughout the 10th year anniversary? Let me know down in the comments. But the fact that they gave away that free Dragon Stone or free unit with Paronga, like, wow. Dokkan, Dragon Ball Legends would never, is what I'd say there. Right, we'll give you that. Give you these. And that'll drop them down for the Goku. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so how much does this do? We may die. I don't know. We'll see. He is guarding, but he hasn't raised his defense yet. 500 odd K. That was a lot of damage, actually. Bearing in mind, we're on like a 250% health lead here. We're nowhere near dead, though, on the bright side, but that was a lot of damage. We know we can double super as well. I've also forgot to mention that we had this event, the 10th year anniversary event. They did it in a previous anniversary, but they like reset it. I did most of these off camera because I've like filmed them before and things, and people didn't seem that bothered, if I'm honest. Please don't be 500k again, because we're dead if that's the case. We're not dead. Oh my god. We're close though. We are very, very close. But obviously they've added in the 10th year anniversary events as well. So we've got part 1 here, and I'm going to take a different team in for part 2. One that I personally think is a little bit better. I just created this one not so long ago. We've got plenty of other events to talk about as well. Okay, double digit damage, which is good. The Goku should be greatly raising defense here. Unfortunately, no 18 keys, so no greatly raising his attack, but he should do a fair amount of damage nonetheless. You'd like to think. I'd imagine we could probably transform in the next rotation as well and just heal back everything. Let's see. Goku shouldn't take any damage here, I'd imagine. Unless this Vegito can actually super 3 times, I don't know. Okay, good. Right, so we've got the Frieza, and we can exchange into Goku, so we should also be able to go into Vegito as well, which I will do. I actually didn't get round to doing this guy's showcase either, so it'll be like a pseudo showcase of this guy being a 10th year anniversary unit. A lot of people gave him some stick, but I didn't think he was that bad personally. Right, okay, we will do this. And we'll get the Super Saiyan 4 Goku out. Why not? That also means that we take no damage here for a turn. We might actually kill. I don't want to kill, actually, because I want to get the full heal before we go into the next stage of the fight, or the next fight. Okay, alright. So we'll do that. I'm actually going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. So we don't we definitely don't kill, because obviously this guy does crit as well, pretty much as standard. I mean, this is fine, because we're basically invincible during this. It's a lot of damage, though. There's the double super. So he seems to double super first thought. I don't know if that is just continuous throughout all of it, but... or whether he's just, like, in a loop at this point. I don't know. Okay, still raising that attack and defense. He's doing, like, what, 2.2 million damage there? Pretty crazy. Not bad, correct, I guess. Okay, so we are going to fuse here. We will fuse into Vegito, and we'll use his active ability as well. So we'll get a full heal back, and then we'll use his active ability. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. That's not a bad heal. Right, we'll do this. Go into Vegito. As we're doing this, though, so the event, something else, like I said, the training the cows, I actually thought was pretty good. We also had the weekly, which is still kind of going on, because we are just winding down the 10th year anniversary. We're going into the Saiyan Day anniversary celebration, but there is some aspects still about on it. But, and we'll use his active ability, of course. There's the full heal. So, what was I saying? Yeah, the event. So the Dragon Ball GT and the Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball Super, like, events that they did as well. Don't go wrong, there was no challenge to them really, but they're still nice to have. Nice little bit of fun. Got some decent units out of it. We got we got the Trunks, and then we got the LR Piccolo Jr. as well. I've got to say as well, the format that they did. So basically having like a couple of elements out of the entirety of Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball series, I personally thought was really, really good. In the way of like, right, I'm going to just do this, I guess. And then we'll give you all of those. And so yeah, why not? We'll just do this, why not? Yeah, having a little bit of Dragon Ball Super, a little bit of Dragon Ball GT, a little bit of Dragon Ball. Would have liked to seen a little bit more Dragon Ball, to be honest, because they didn't have a lot of representation. But then some more Dragon Ball Z, and including the different sagas within Dragon Ball Z. Really, really nice little touch as well, because usually with these anniversaries, this animation is fantastic. Within these anniversaries, what they tend to like to do is have a theme, of course, throughout the entirety of the anniversaries. Is he just going to super straight away? He's not. So we might actually just kill here. Yeah, we do. Okay, good. First part of the fight down. Let's jump into the second part of the fight. Yeah, so this... Personally, I think that sort of structure is something that they should do for all the anniversaries moving forward. The reason I say that is because we just had so much variety throughout this anniversary. So, like, we got the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. We've got the Evo Vegeta. We've got the Frieza and Goku. We've got the Vegito, the Gogeta. We got so many variations, and basically what that means is loads of different teams got fleshed out quite heavily, which is really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it didn't mean like, you know, if the celebration is Boo Saga special, and you're just like, I don't really like Boo Saga, then you don't feel like you've missed out, because there'll be something that you like throughout it. There will be something. I'm going to have to do that, unfortunately, and then we'll just do this. Yeah, there's something for everybody, so I do like that format. Once again, I think, for example, Dragon Ball Legends can learn something from that as well, because Dragon Ball Legends, they focus on one sort of thing. The main thing that comes to mind is the Legends Festival that happened recently with the Future Saga and things. It was a bit meh, if I'm honest, a bit meh. But yeah, the whole premise of it, and that's what allowed them to have more events and things like that, because they weren't just focusing on one aspect, they were focusing on the whole Dragon Ball as a whole. Obviously, 10th year anniversary. That is massive for a mobile game, by the way. I don't know. I imagine people are talking about this, but that is huge. 10 years anniversary for a gotcha game like this, a mobile game, is ridiculous to get that far. I think most of them are usually like 4 or 5 years long. I think. I might be wrong on saying that, and please correct me down below. But I think most of them are like 10 years. And I don't actually see like an end in sight with it either. It doesn't look like they're like, this is the last anniversary before we shut down, or like you can tell they're running out of ideas or anything like that. It still feels like it's going strong. Yes, the user base has dropped a little bit over 10 years. That's fine. There's still a strong enough user base that people like myself are doing videos, that other bigger YouTubers are doing videos. Loads of people are still pouring money into it. Quite regularly it still gets #1 on the App Store and things like that. Maybe predominantly in Japan, but still, 10 years on. That is absolutely ridiculous. Right, let's give you... Sure, we'll give you those. Will they drop down nicely? They do. So we can give you them. And then the Goku can have all of them. And then we've got the Gogeta after this, I'm assuming. So this is the first time Super Saiyan 3 Goku's come in. So we'll get his dodge active here. Dodge? No dodge. Wait, how much damage did that guy just do then? How much health have we got? I would have liked to have seen a dodge there, to be honest. Oh my god, we got 9,000 health left. That's not good. Okay, sure. And now we've got Gogeta here. Oh, am I going to have to just jump back in? Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to. Do this, and then we're gonna have to do that. Damn! Okay, right. Well, I guess I'll just jump back it. That's annoying. That is so annoying. Yeah, okay, we've actually got a Dokkan mode off. A couple of attempts actually, but this is not the best team that came out of this. I've just tried to stick them all together. Don't work the greatest. We haven't got like specific first slot units and things like that. The second team I'll do will be a lot more cohesive and a lot better, but we'll see how it goes. 18 mil attacks out here from the Vegeta. But yeah, the 10th year anniversary absolutely blew it out of the water. Fair play to them. I'm now really excited for Worldwide Campaign and the 11th year anniversary. How much will this do? Let's just see. We've got 70%. Okay, we'll just dodge it. So I was going to say, we've got 70% damage reduction being in the first lot there. And we built up our defense quite a lot as well. Right, I was hoping to transform into Vegito here, but we just couldn't. So hopefully we can just do enough damage. Not like that, Goku, you won't. Okay. Okay. We are guarding those still. Maybe Gohan can do it? We'll see. 27 million attack stat. No idea if he's... I think his additionals may have run out. May have. No, we still got some. Okay, 17 mil. Depends how many additionals he gets, really. And if he gets crits on them. Okay, I think this is it. This is done now. Now it's definitely done. Okay, 20 million for an additional. That's not bad at all. So what we're going to do is jump into part 2. And then I'm going to talk about the units, which ones I like the most and things like that. Okay, cool. Right, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, so for this we can actually go up against pretty much anyone. Let's go up against... just straight down the middle. We'll go up against Evo. So I want to talk about the units. Obviously, we've had Easy A's, but then we've also had brand new units come out. Speaking of Easy A's, we've got some of the best Easy A's ever here. Let's just do this. We'll do that. And then I guess we'll just give you those. sure. So talking about the two Dokkan Fest units then, so we've got the Vegeta, I'm just going to say the Vegito and the Gogeta. Out of the two of them, they're both absolutely fantastic. Out of the two of them, I think there's one thing that makes the Vegito slightly better, and that is purely his counters. When he is in Vegito, he counters obviously. He can stop any attacks going to the rest of the team and things like that. I think that makes him just that tad bit better. Gogeta is really good as well, but just those counters and the fact he can just take everything from the opponent, all the attacks from the opponent, just makes him that little bit better. So that's the two Dokkan Fest units. The TOP Carnival units. We've got the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We've got Evo Vegeta. Then who else did we have? We had the Frieza and Goku. And who am I missing? Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Did I say him already? Evo Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Frieza, and Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, I've said all of them. So out of them, if I had to rank them or list them, now I've used quite a lot of them except for the Frieza and Goku. I pulled him a little bit later on, wasn't able to do a showcase, just did sort of pseudo showcases of him. I think personally in the top two is Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I'm going to say Super Saiyan 3 Goku takes the mantle a little bit. Takes the #1 spot. Just because he does have the Great Ape where he can't be damaged. And then he also infinitely raises attack and defense when he's in Super Saiyan 4. And he gives a lot of support to the rest of the team as well. Now he does have his drawbacks. If you don't transform him after his dodge and guard goes away, he can get hit for big numbers. Big numbers. But you want to transform him as soon as possible, to be honest. He can still get hits for big numbers if he doesn't dodge prior to attacking. So he does have downsides. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is pretty solid all round. It takes a little while to build up, but they've counteracted that with him having an immense amount of additionals as you go through it. He does have guard as well. The only thing is though, if you don't get him the 18 key and in like longer events where it incrementally gets harder and harder, he can take a little bit of damage. He can take a bit of damage. So that's why I've put him a little bit below. Let's just do all of these. Then next, I would say it's very hard to differentiate between the Frieza and Goku and the Vegeta. Now, when he initially came out and I pulled the Vegeta, I actually quite liked him. Now that I've used him a little bit more, I realised that his damage output's not the greatest. He's only got one way of stacking that up, and that's a unit super attack. And if he's in the first slot, like, he's a Universal Survival Saga lead. So if you're using two of them, chances are you're going to have a rotation with two of them at some point, especially the way that rotations work out on this. And I have been caught out on that so many times, and then he's just taken so much damage in the first slot. He is really good with his additionals. He will take next to no damage, so he is good in that aspect if he's in second or last slot. But like I said, the first slot he's not him, man. He's just not him. Frieza and Goku, once again, want to be on a Universal Survival Saga team. And yes, they get additionals and crits and things like that. They can do a lot of damage. They've got an active ability. I think I would put Evo Vegeta last out of all the new units. Purely out of the basis that he's just not as exciting as the rest of them. The rest of them get like, you know, active abilities and things like that. Reversible exchange, all that sort of stuff. The Vegeta just doesn't have anything. Okay, so we're going up against Frieza and Goku here. He just doesn't have anything. He's just very basic as a unit. So that is the only reason I would put him last, to be honest. Don't know what you guys would say, and if you would agree with me or not, let me know down in the comments. But then we've got the easy A's. We have the Kaioken Goku and the Great Ape Vegeta, I think. Yeah. They're the lowest of all the easy A's. Interesting, not bad, fine. Then we had the Full Power Frieza and Super Saiyan Goku. I've already said Super Saiyan Goku, I really like the unit. It's not that he's a really good easy A, but he's not the craziest by far, but he can really help out. Frieza's the same, but Frieza's got the overall issue of like having to go up against like Super and Goku's. I guess Supreme Magnificent Battle could be quite handy for that, but out of the two of them, I'd say the Super Saiyan Goku takes the mantle. Then you've got the guys we're using right now. We've got the Easy A's Super Saiyan 4s and Super Saiyan Gods. I would actually go as far to say some of the best Easy A's we've ever had. There were a couple of Super Easy A's sprinkled in there as well, like the Boo and things like that as well. The Gogeta, I think, was one of them. And they're pretty decent, but these guys' Easy A's, absolutely crazy. Something that really shows how good they are, in my personal opinion, is an event that I didn't actually talk about in the first fight that we went through, which is that longest event. I can't remember what they call it now, but you know, the event that's like 50 stages, which I actually quite enjoy. Still yet to complete it, to be honest, but I actually quite enjoy it, and I know one of my mates does as well, because it's very challenging. But in that particular event, the Gods and the Super Saiyan 4s literally are the units you need to use in that event. They just stack so quickly. And they get to ridiculous numbers. Then you transform and absolutely break the game. Now, out of the two of those units, who do I think is going to age the best or is the best? I'm probably going to say it is... Okay, this actually works out alright. Let's do this. And we can give you all of those. That works out. Then we can give you those. And then we can give you all of those and get that unit super attack going off. Out of the two of them, Super Saiyan 4s and the Gods, I'm going to say the Super Saiyan 4s are slightly better. Purely because Gogeta's, when he first comes in, he's just absolutely ridiculous. But also, the Scouter is very, very handy. The fact he can counter is very good as well. What the Gods actually have in Super Saiyan Blue is the dodge. And there's a lot of events, more so that's coming about now as well, that actually guaranteed hit. So in effect, it's irrelevant, to put it simply. And that's the only reason I put the Gods below the Super Saiyan 4s out of the two of those Easy A's. The Super Saiyan 4s, their effects work in pretty much every stage, no matter what. The Gods can be affected depending on what stage you go in. But overall, the units we've had, the Easy A's have been very interesting. The lowest Easy A, I'd probably say, is the Kaioken Goku. You can still put up really good numbers, but I said in this showcase, go back and watch it if you haven't already, but they needed to give him a little bit more damage reduction per key sphere. It was a little bit low, so if you get like 10 key orbs, which is actually quite hard to do, bear in mind. I think it's 30 damage reduction he gets. Outside of that, he's fine. The Great Ape Vegeta just has constant guard anyway, and he stacks up by being hit and things like that. How much does this do? I'm actually interested. Evo Vegeta. 569k, that's a lot, you know. Evo Vegeta, with all his defense he gets for attacking and damage reduction. That was a lot. Right. Okay, so we could go into Gogeta here. I'm going to do this. And then we're probably going to go into Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Oh, the Great Ape was a little bit big. I thought we had all the orbs I needed there. And then we'll go into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I'll show you why this guy is literally the GOAT. He is absolutely ridiculous. No idea if we just fight these guys, and that's it. I haven't got a clue, if I'm honest. I assume it is. 11 mil attack stand. Not the greatest, but that's fine. To some extent with this unit, the Great Ape Goku, when he's in this form, is actually a little bit on a hindrance and a nuisance. We can't skip his animation either, but you're just kind of like, I just need you to get to Super Saiyan 4 as soon as, and just start stacking, my dudes. If we could skip the stage, that'd be great, but he's still a very good unit nonetheless. Okay, yeah, see this animation, it's beautiful. I've seen it so many times though, and I don't need to see it anymore. It's unskippable. Maybe they need to do an update that you can actually skip that as well, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going up against the Goku now. And we'll just go into Gogeta. I've got animations off at this point. So I'm going to do this. Give you all of those. We will switch these off for now. We'll do this. Because why not? We may even counter this super. And then he's probably dead, to be completely honest, isn't he? Like I said, the part 1 was a little bit harder than this one so far, but part 1 I also used a team that wasn't as cohesive. Oh my god, Gogeta. It's probably not even going to get to you now. I'll be honest, right, we'll give you those. Super Saiyan 4 will finish it off for us though. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talking points. If you guys want me to go into depth about each individual thing, but overall, I know I've said it multiple times, the 10th year anniversary, possibly one of my favourite anniversaries, to be honest, out of all of them. I think they absolutely knocked it out of the park. I think they did a fantastic job. And there's still loads more content for me to do as well. So be excited for that as well. I know it's a little bit on the later side, but I will do it. And release it as videos and things like that. Let me know what your favourite part of the anniversary was. I will still say, giving away a free anniversary unit, absolutely ridiculous. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Ciao.